Hello everyone, my name is Jragon14 and I make command block videos to educate you or entertain you. Whether you're advanced or really basic, this channel has something that hopefully caters to everyone. If you don't know what these things behind me are, well, they are command blocks and they change the way the game works without having to add any mods to the game. If you're new to command blocks, then please check the tutorials page in the description and I can enlighten you on how to build exactly the things that I'm going to show you, so you should stick around for that. So this is a series on my channel called Tempest Tuesday, where basically every week I release updates of the mod pack that TPC Bonehound and I are working on, except we're not using mods, we're using command blocks. And so that trailer you just saw was kind of a map release. This features two custom structures, the ice structure and the underground structure, as well as all the modules that we've worked on so far, except for the charms and the Ender Menace. So if you're not familiar with those, then go check out the previous episodes of Tempest Tuesday, and also be warned, this world is infinitely ice. So you're going to have quite the challenge here. Anyway, I'm going to talk briefly about some of the new features that I've added since last week. So I'll start with the obvious ones, two new structures which I'm not going to go into much detail about because I want you guys to discover these for yourself. The below structures have two blue knights that have high punch and high knockback bows that you might want, and these forts here have tons of mobs that have very high protection armor which you probably want to obtain. There will be future loot in the future, but I just haven't got around to adding them yet, and these structures are actually only half complete. You can see they're a little bit tattered and boring at the moment. That's subject to change, so don't worry about that. Also, these structure blocks at the beginning here, that's just a glitch. From the beginning you won't see it out in the open too much, and also you guys can test how laggy this thing is. Okay, so we still got all our usual things as well as the resource pack. However, I have added a new item. So let's pick block this dropper here, grab the enchanting table and make ourselves a custom crafter. All you will need are glowstone and some sticks, and this is going to give us some ultium ones. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and then we'll split this into a 16 and we get ultium wands. Now ultium wands are important because they are going to be used to craft this ultium armor, which is like ultra enchantments, or ultium for short, and these basically do all different things written here. So there's no way to craft these at the moment, but in order to use them you're going to need these wands. So let's take a look at the boots, for instance. And now the boots are activated by sneaking, and all abilities can only be activated if you have this in your offhand. Okay, so let's have a creeper here, and if this is in my offhand and I press sneak, there will be an explosion and one of the ultium wands will be taken away from me. So go up, press sneak, and as you can see, that happens. Now you can only activate this ability once every second, so if I'm constantly holding down sneak, actually you'll see it better with the lightning boots. Let's put these on. And if you're constantly holding sneak, you can see it's periodic. Before it did it like 20 times per second, and that was OP and also wasteful. Now, if we take a look at the leggings, these are actually activated by jumping. Lightning boots. Again, this mod pack is not finished, so of course there will be bugs and things like that. Okay, so it looks like the leggings are broken for some reason. I'll just have to look into that. Okay, let's take a look at the chest plate. Let's put on the fire chest plate. This is activated every time you punch something, or just hit something in general. It just activates the effect like that. So I have 9 ultium wands, punch something, I now have 8, and it's an area of effect, so it doesn't just affect the thing that you punch. Lastly, let's take a look at the helmets. Probably the most overpowered in some respects. Let's get rid of some of these ultium wands. And if I put on the helmet, you can see nothing happens because the ultium wands have to be in my offhand. Let's put this in my offhand. If I go up to the creepers, it takes up to 5 seconds for the ability to activate automatically. I don't even have to think about it, it just does it for me. Again, it takes 5 seconds, so it's just something that happens every now and then. Kind of like a status effect, but not really. It's sucking up a lot of power here. So you got to be careful if you're wearing the helmets as well. My favorite one is wearing the petrification helmet. As you're walking around fighting mobs, you can easily just petrify them while you're walking around, and it can save you a lot of time and hassle. So there we go. As you can see, the bottom isn't filled because they are standing on a snow layer, and because I removed the snow layer just then, it got filled in, which is pretty awesome. I'm happy with the progress so far. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to get TPC's modules in yet. I'll try and do that next week with a different world. Maybe, I think for the next few weeks I might stick to the super flat world. Still, I'm trying to fit this into a structure block so you can have like an only one command, but like in a structure block. So all you have to do is summon in the one command. I can, because of the structure block, I can fit this into one command, which is absolutely awesome. So long as you have the loot tables anyway. So yeah, that's Tempest Tuesday this week. Again, if you're new to the channel, then I highly suggest you check some of my other videos out as well, because this channel has something that hopefully caters to everyone. And now, I would like to give a very warm thank you to my very first Patreon, Patrick. Not sure if I'm allowed to say your last name or not, so I'm just going to call you Patrick for now, unless you tell me otherwise. Patrick, thanks to your contribution, I am one step closer to being able to achieve my dream of spending even more time on this channel. That $5 you donated is worth 100 to me, because that's how special it makes me feel. Since Patrick is a $5 Patreon, he will gain access to the Patreon chat, where you can message me at any time directly, and I make that chat a priority. Please remember though, you are not paying to gain access to the chat, you're paying to support the channel, and that's awesome. And you can join the chat too. One of my goals is to earn $40 a month from Patreon. This means I will probably release a one command creation every week, which is a lot considering I only have time for one every month as it stands. We are 10% of the way, guys. Anyway, if you're not a Patreon, that's fine, you still get free videos and creations as usual, and this talk will still have a positive impact on you. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching, I will see you all in the next one. Take care.